The Traditional Cowboy Arts Association was formed 16 years ago now. And at that point, the masters in the trade, the majority of the masters in the trade looked back and saw young people weren't coming into the trades, the collector base was falling off, the interest was falling off.
Especially in certain parts of the country, quality had gone down so much because the general public didn't understand.
They're so used to seeing mass-produced work out there where the quality is lower, and they're told by the mass-production companies, that theirs is the number one quality.
What mass production has done is dumbed down the expectation level of the clientele out there. So they've become more price sensitive as time has gone on because of the availability of mass-produced items.
They thought a pair of spurs should only be $400. So custom one-of-a-kind makers like myself built to $400, not to quality, not to the story of the North American West. They built to a dollar figure.
Craftsmen could not, weren't encouraged to elevate their work, so mediocrity set in, and it kind of stunted the industry.
People weren't that free with their information, and it was hard to get better. It was hard to find somebody that could help you get better.
So many young people weren't even considering any of the traditional disciplines because they couldn't make a living at it.
We didn't want those trades to go the same way as the saddler, the harness maker, if you will. And so they came together with a purpose to educate and promote the preservation of those trades.
We brought together in that time, 1998, what was a nucleus of the finest masters in rawhide braiding, bit and spur making, western silversmithing, and saddle making. We realized that we had to bring these guys together, create this group, with our main focus being education.
We educate ourselves to become the best craftsmen we possibly can, and then share that knowledge with anybody interested, from other makers to our market, the collectors, and everybody interested in the story of the North American West.
We have 2 workshops a year, typically designed for varying levels craftsmen to come in and receive instruction and training and hands-on experience.
We do mentoring sessions one-on-one with students, with aspiring craftsmen. We've created a program called the Fellowship Program, which we take one person that we feel has a dedication and a desire and the direction in their specific trade, and we take them and work with them for a year, over a year.
This is done in a year's amount of time so that a person has time to go to a maker shop, digest the information that he learns there, then go to another one, and over a year's time is really build an individual's skills.
We also have smaller, we'll call them scholarships, but various programs for people that are deserving to spend maybe a day or 2 or a week in a particular artist shop, not to the scale of the fellowship program, not as much money involved and not as much intensive training, but still giving the opportunity for an artist to go and spend some time with a particular craftsman or 1 or 2 perhaps, and really move his work along to the next level.
En primer lugar, las becas que da la asociación para que tengan la oportunidad otros artesanos en aprender.
By means of scholarships provided by the TCAA, many craftsmen have been able to attend to the different workshops and seminars.
Another thing we do is a competition called the Emerging Artist Competition. We hold that in Mesa, Arizona every year at the High Noon Show.
It pressures a person to go places that he's never been before with his art because it's a contest. We're all competitive. The other thing, the most important thing it does is it creates community within this young emerging group of individuals to where we all get together. There's no more closed door policy in our trades where they have to be open. My shop doors are open.
The person that wins in each category, every year we do 2 different disciplines. It's great for them. But again, the byproduct of this is we bring all these young makers together. We infuse masters in there. And we turn it into a weekend of visiting and camaraderie, and we're trying to build that base. We also try and teach our members. We've been able to send members all over the world to learn new aspects of trades. Some of them lost techniques and bring them back.
Just to give you an example, hand sewing is one of my things that I enjoy so much as a saddle maker, and having traveled to France to learn some more of the nuances of European case making and hand sewing and so forth, and I'm to a point where it's an addiction, and I just love passing on that love that I have for hand sewing.
It's very important that we're able to do that, because then we are able to spread that knowledge to more people, as opposed to that knowledge just going to one person and stopping right there.
Again, when we started, we knew you can do all the education you want, but if you can't show people where you're trying to go, it's a useless effort. And we were blessed enough to be able to partner with the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum to be able to put on a show that focused on one-of-a-kind items in the 4 disciplines.
I think everything to do with Western art, functional art, or painting and sculpture, it's really about preserving the culture of the West. And by having an exhibition every year at a prestigious museum like the National Cowboy Museum, we bring that to public attention.
La otra es en el show, el gran show que tenemos en Oklahoma City. Eso es donde nosotros mostramos lo que hacemos para que otros se inspiren.
During the annual TCAA show in Oklahoma City, it's our opportunity as craftsmen to showcase our talent and try to inspire and challenge other craftsmen to try to pick up these trades.
The marching orders for the members was every year you have to create something new, again, one-of-a-kind piece, that pushes your boundaries as an artist and a craftsman and pushes the boundaries of the trade.
It's an opportunity for us, not a chore, but an opportunity for us to create the 3 best pieces we've ever made in our entire life. Without that show, I would never be pushed to the levels that I've ever been pushed to.
And the thing that makes it unique is that it enables these artists to push the envelope every year in terms of their creativity and their abilities. Every day they work at their benches and they produce work either for working cowboys or maybe for custom order pieces, but they're somewhat limited to what people decide to order and what people are willing to pay for. In this environment, they're able to do virtually whatever they want.
Everything in the exhibition is a one-of-a-kind piece. It's done specially for that exhibition, and it's shown by a mark, the TCAA mark, which is only on pieces that are in our exhibition.
It's created a body of work over the last 16 years that the West wouldn't have had. And it's a historical feat that is just kind of a beautiful little byproduct.
One of the most important aspects of that exhibit is, in a word, education.
It allows people to see where we can take these crafts. For the younger guys coming up, it gives them something to aspire to, it gives them something to look at, different ideas.
Young craftsmen come up all the time and talk about the pieces in the exhibit as to how incredible they are. Well, it makes them want to go home and get back at their bench or back in their shops and start trying to get better.
I think it inspires existing craftsmen. You know, maybe some of them have been at it 30 or 40 years, but it inspires them anyway, and it certainly inspires the younger ones.
I mean, there are so many young craftsmen that are doing such great work. And I think it all goes back to the founding of the TCAA in a really a big way.
We've opened the doors to create excitement in these traditions, to create focus and direction.
The young guys now, man, there's just a wealth of information out there.
It's very common now to just share that knowledge. Nobody is possessive about it or guarding their information.
We've introduced the high end of these trades to collectors and the public.
There's more people doing good work and making a certain portion of their living at these disciplines than there ever would have been.
And when you look at all of the education opportunities, I think we've given out, just under $100,000 worth of scholarships and fellowships over the last number of years. And what other organization has put their money where their mouth is like that?
All of this big circle comes back to a partnership between the masters, the artists, whatever you want to call us, and our supporters. We need that to make it work. We need that to perpetuate Western craftsmanship. We need that to preserve these traditional trades.
The changes that are ahead for us societally, culturally, are tremendous, and the challenges that will present to our Western society are unfathomable. Western craftsmanship and artistry has a tremendous opportunity to teach young people that what they create with their hands and is relevant to our culture.
To me, it enables an individual day to tap into some of the values and some of the traditions and the mystique of the West.
For me, the culture of, again, the North American West is very important. That's where my family's been for 5 generations. I don't want to see it turned into something produced in a factory someplace